Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Contraband Police, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our complete beginner's guide. I think we're on day 3 of training, maybe?
Prewozku zakładników na robotny łagra, aż dostawić prewozku kontrabandu na policyjku bazu. Powiedzieć szuflicka u Vlada, a dokupić instrumentów, nie dymie dla waszej służy.
Okay, so...
Barbacznie to, a drajcie razbieria za zakładników. Paszli etoku zakładniskowna ja, aż transportna ja 5 zakładników ku policyjsku maszynu.
As they said, today we're going to go for a ride. But before we go for a ride, we need to pick up some things. So you'll notice there's nothing on regulations and smugglers because it's not that kind of day. So I'm just going to sprint over here to custody. And we are going to open the door to the prison and then talk to the smuggler and then say transfer the police car. And they magically teleport. Oh my goodness. And then you say transfer the car and they're gone.
Kontrabandu, a przoda z waszego inwentarza na transferowny selektor spradometniki acz magazynu.
So, what's cool is you can do it one of two ways. The prisoners we've just transported. Now, the contraband, you can put it in your inventory just by using this button and carry it, or you can put it back, and up in the upper right of the inventory screen, you can actually click the vehicle and just put items directly into the vehicle. So this is super convenient, and I think the reason they let you do both your inventory and the car inventory is because I've had this happen before where I've had more contraband than I can actually hold in my car or on me, and so you need to use both inventories. So anyway, we're ready to go. Your police car is over here, so it's past your trailer, past your Win Your Dream Apartment propaganda billboard over here. And this guy right here with the glasses and the mustache, Constable Repnin, that's the dude you talk to who works at the garage who can fix your car. This is where your police cars are stored, and you could talk to the mechanic, which we just talked to prepare a vehicle or repair it. So if you have more than one vehicles, you could switch, and then he can fix your car for you. I believe it's $50 to fix it, regardless of the amount of damage. Now, in the back, this is where your inventory is. You notice how I mouse over it. It says items 10 out of 16. So it tells you how big your inventory space is and how much you're carrying. And then you just interact with the clipboard in the same way to get things in and out. You could see the guys in the police section here. And we're just going to go ahead and open the door. And you just actually climb into the vehicle to get it started. So if you push M, you could check your map. And we're here. And they want us to go down to the labor camp, which looks like the pickaxe, in I-3, this grid zone here. And we're just going to basically go south along the road. It's southeast, but it's south is the only way that this road goes around the mountains here. So we just take one right turn and then bear to the right, and we'll be there. I'm going to push tab to close this. Now you want to close your door, and then you can interact with some things inside the car. You could turn the music on, and then you can turn on the siren, the headlights, and start the engine. Now, also, there are key commands to do this. So you could just push G to start the engine, and you will see I grab the wheel. Now, this is super useful. You can just use WASD to drive, okay? So, W goes forward, S goes in reverse, and then, A and D turn. But you can also push V to change the camera view. So if you want to see your van from the outside, and then you can move the camera around with the mouse and drive like this, whichever way is best for you. Now, there are other cars, and they will not usually hit you, but if you want to make life easier on yourself, you can, and we need to bear right. Just push H to turn on the siren. And then while the siren is on, the other cars will, like, try to pull over, basically, and get out of your way. So it makes it even easier. I don't need my headlights because it's daytime, but you can push J to turn them on and off, or if you are inside the vehicle, if you push V to go back to this view, you can actually look at it and interact with the tools or the instruments using those switches down there. Uh-oh. Okay, so this tree has been cut down. So we have to get the axe to get rid of this tree. So I'm just going to push J to turn off, or I'm sorry, H to turn off the siren, G to turn off the engine, open the door and step out. And you will create a traffic jam doing this, but what can you say? People are upset, but hey, there's a tree in the road. Now, I already have an axe, so I'm actually just going to use the one that I have on my inventory. I'm just going to push 2 to bring up my axe, and you just need to walk over here and hit this. You see the health bar in the targeting reticule in the center of the screen, and it's gone. Now, I don't believe this happens in the tutorial right now, but you can get ambushed while you're driving by people who just want to attack you, or maybe they're buddies of somebody you have in the back and they want to help their friend escape or whatever. They want to try to steal the contraband, whatever it is. And you will need to defend yourself. Now, these are the old ruins. You can explore these on your own, but we need to go past them. I'm just going to push V and go to this view. It's a little easier. And I'm going to turn my siren back on. Get out of the way. I've got prisoners. I've got the naughty boys here. The naughty boys are going straight to jail. Come on, naughties. Here they are. Okay, so this is the labor camp. So you just need to pull in. Now, this gate is kind of narrow, which is why this view is pretty helpful here. And this pass also is pretty narrow. You can damage your car, like break the windows and stuff like that, which just means you have to spend $50 to get it repaired. So you actually have to get out and go over and talk to this dude. And Sergeant Manilov is in charge. And you talk to him. And then this button here, transfer prisoners. Boom. So you get $100 per prisoner, and they're teleported out. So down there, that's where the prisoners are. You can see them working away at that nightmare of a job, and it's time to leave. So the prisoners you can see in the van, they're gone, and we need to just go ahead and get out. Now, the easiest way is to just drive around his station and use it as like a little roundabout to turn your van around, because it's tight quarters in here. Now, if you just like have a little bit of a wreck and bump into stuff, it generally won't destroy your car. But if you're going fast, it can do some damage to you, and especially if you smash into another car. You also will get fined if you wreck into other people's cars and do damage to them or kill them. That's coming out of your paycheck. It does not come out of your paycheck. You actually get money, I think, if you kill bad guys. But you have to wait for them usually to attack you for that to kind of go into effect. Now I'm going to go through this tunnel here. You just push V and get the first person view. show you either way. Just drive whichever way best for you. And you can look at the map at any time just by pushing M. It's a little bit dangerous, but I'm going to wrap this around and I'm going to stop because I want to take the next left. You can turn on your siren if you want. Sometimes I don't, just because it gives me a headache. But right here, we're going to take a left. Boom, and we knocked over the sign, but it didn't hurt us too badly. And we get to travel on this dirt road. Okay, so to go in here, we're just going to pull off the road so that we aren't blocking traffic. Turn off the engine, step out, and this is Vlad's. Now, as the guy was explaining...
Meno miano Vladimir Nimcu. Zato podrodniki Gavrić maja Vlad. A ja selut snego instrumentu, a różniki eto liczno naboj. Opta wydurasz obarstnej hadaroznikov.
We sure will do better. So we'll talk to the man, and we will buy. So, as the guide was explaining, you cannot find contraband if you have no tools. So, for example, if you need a knife to slash through a seat, and your knife is broken, then you won't be able to get to it, and it's a pain. Every tool you see has a green durability bar underneath it, so you need to replace them as they're getting... as they're wearing down. Your flashlight, as far as I know, has no durability. Just use it as much as you want. Now, I definitely want a new knife, but you'll see there's different levels of knife. And we can just buy ourselves, like, a cheapo knife that is not good. Like, this knife is terrible, but it would be a backup so that we could use it until we come by a better knife. That's something you can do if you want to save money. Or you could go ahead and just buy the same knife that you have, the tactical knife. This knife is amazing, has great knifing power, but the reason I don't buy it at first is just because it's expensive, and it has the same durability level as the tactical knife. And the tactical knife is like just a little bit over half the price, so I'm going to buy a replacement knife, double-click on that. Now, everything else I'm okay with. You would use the knife most of all. Alright, they want us to go to the police base to sell our contraband. But before that, I'm going to buy a gun. You certainly want a gun. And I feel like you can't afford any of the big stuff. The pistol is actually not bad. This is way too expensive, and even the shotgun is too expensive. But I am going to buy a pistol, and I'm going to buy 2 clips of ammo, and just be okay with this. By the way, it's a full clip of ammo. So it's not one bullet, it's, the entire magazine. So we have 8 in here, and then we have 16 more. This is fine. You could buy, and enemies will drop ammo sometimes, so you don't need a ton more than that right now. You can buy more if you want, of course. We might want some kind of club, to replace our crowbar. The crowbar is like the gold standard, as you can see. But we have a backup axe already, and I'm fine with just one backup knife. You can always come here if your tools start to get like halfway down and you want more. And now it's time to go. So I'm just going to hop in, start her up, look at the map. And we can just go straight up this road and take a right to be at the police base. So I'm going to switch on the siren and back myself up. You can see the cars will almost hit me, but they'll get out of the way. I got contraband guys coming through. So we're just going to go to the north, make them swerve out of the way and almost die. But I'm a big-time important border guard, so it's in their best interest to treat me right. Long live the workers, you got that right. They've got happy faces. I just dropped off some workers at their job site. Alright. Now I've taken a right here at this road. Oh, okay. I took a wrong turn. But that's okay. Sorry. I got turned around when I left the tool shop and was on the wrong road going straight. But it doesn't matter. Everything is very close together in this. So we're going to pass the hotel again. Or motel, I should call it. And if you're inside the car, by the way, when you have the siren on, it's muted a little bit, so you don't have to hear it, which is kind of nice. Oh boy, I'm off-roading. And then now you can look at the map and see we actually want to take a left turn and then a right turn. You can fast travel in this game between points, but I don't know if you can do it in the tutorial. Oh, okay. So we bonked into that guy right there, but you could see no damage was done. Now that might be just because we're in the tutorial or because that was a civilian. I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes it registers damage, sometimes it doesn't. Just be more careful than I am. I'm a terrible driver. But I just chalk it up to the pressure of the job. It's intense. I don't have time to think about driving. I've got contraband. I could be attacked at any moment. Alright, we're going to turn on our headlights. It's getting a little dark out. So as I was saying, you can fast travel. It takes more time than driving manually, but it's convenient. Alright, we're going to pull right in here to the police base. Now, you want to be very careful in the police base not to hit any police officers with your car. So we're going to drive in here. And we're going to just turn it off. Now, I'm pretty sure, for whatever reason, if you want to give this guy... He's telling you, by the way, that you can... Sometimes people will offer to buy your merchandise on the side, like you could fence it for more money, but if you want to be a good police officer, you don't do that. Now, I think you actually have to take the stuff out of the inventory here. I don't think you could sell it directly to him from the vehicle storage. So we're going to take it out, and we're just going to run up here and talk to Mr. Lounge a lot. And he gives you some money for your contraband, and it's rated based on how nefarious the contraband is. So, like, cigarettes do not give as much as cocaine, for example. Cocaine is the breadwinner. Alright, and we're just going to kind of go this way, being very careful not to hit any police officers. Here we go. And let's get back home. Now, we don't have any goods, and we don't have any prisoners. So why am I using the siren, you say? Number one, it makes people get out of your way. And number two, this is a complete abuse of power. The power is real. It gets to your head. Being in charge of who can enter the country is an extremely powerful position. And it inflates our ego tremendously and gives us the confidence to do things like this without reprisal. Alright, I'm going to turn off the siren and stop. So, what he's telling you is that your work isn't just here at the border, and this is true. So once you get into the game proper, you will have, in inspector mode, you'll have the choice of, like, do you want to just kind of work the day here, or do you want to go out on the map? And then on the map, you can do things like this. If your prison is full, well, you're probably going to have to go transport the prisoners. You can pay to do that automatically, but in the beginning of the game, it's not cost effective to do that. So you'll just deliver them. Same thing with the contraband. You're going to unload that, or if you need to visit Vlad's. However, there will also be like side quests that will pop up on the map, timed events, things that you can go do for extra money if you want. So you can break up the pacing how you see fit. Time to sleep. So I had to pay $5 for vehicle maintenance. Now, I'm not sure if that's honestly because I used the vehicle and that's just like a gasoline charge, or if it's because I hit that sign. I don't know. Okay.
Stajać! Nasze drogi nie brúžna temnaja až kontra. Vy budete obrábiať aktrošajete cieli, chudri grúzku, perevozku na arodbija. Idite na včoda až propšať arbašnietvo.
So now we're learning a new element, which is inspecting cargo. But before we do that, always come over and check the regulations. So one of the regulations for entry is that people have to provide a cargo list. And this will allow you to kind of verify what they're transporting with what they actually have to make sure that they are not doing anything illegal. And then we're also looking for another smuggler that's from Albarak. And we'll pay attention to that as it becomes important. Now, of course, not everybody from that country is the smuggler. There's only one of them. But it gives you a clue to really, really press somebody hard from that country. All right, here comes our first vehicle, rolling in. It's enormous. This guy looks suspicious. I like to open the door, just give him a look. Sometimes if you could see anything like cargo smuggled already, then it's bad for them. Talk to him, give me the papes. Okay, so we go here, and you can see now there's a cargo list that appears if people have cargo. If they have no cargo, this thing just doesn't even appear. So you do everything else like normal. He's from Akaristan, so he has an ID, not a pass. And let's check his name, Gregory Grigorovich, or Georgy, sorry, Grigorovich. That looks fine. This appears to be okay. He's not expired. It's valid. And this looks like him in the picture. So far everything's pretty good. So you have to come get the cargo notebook. And oh, look at this. There's extra tools here. Okay, I'm going to take all of this. And I'm going to just put it away. Before I go do anything. You will never have to pick up that cargo list again. You will always just have it from now on. I'm going to put my backup tools away. I don't need to be carrying these. But I do want to put my gun on my hotbar and put that over there. Okay. So now that we've got the cargo list. So what you can do with your cargo clipboard is you go into the vehicle and you kind of just hold left mouse button while you're looking at something, and he will just like update the cargo list. You can just keep left mouse button held and just start looking at different things and pointing at different things. When it's been marked down, you'll see it's like blinking green, and you just want to make sure that everything is checked out. And I believe we got it all. So what you want to do is just push tab, and then now you can see your confirmed cargo list goes in your little binder here, and just compare it. By the way, also, if somebody has a cargo list, you need to compare their name and the spelling of it on all 3 locations with the cargo list as well. So this is a problem, because at first it looked good, but look at this. There's a misspelling. So I'm going to go N, and I'm going to say, no, the name does not check out, because this is spelled wrong. Now, he claims to have 1 refrigerator, but there's 2 here. So now, immediately go N, and then check cargo list. This is not check out. And he's got 10 fertilizer. He's got... to be perfectly honest, you don't need to even look at it anymore. Once you see one thing wrong with the cargo, it's toast for that person. You mark the error and you deny them. The only thing you would do differently is you can empty all this cargo out, and you can like unload it and inspect it for contraband. But if a person is not a smuggler, they will not have contraband, as far as I understand it. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure the only people that will have contraband are the smugglers. This guy is not the smuggler. He's just, his paperwork is just not in order. So we are going to tell him, based on his cargo list and his name here, that he doesn't make it. And we say, no, you don't get to come in.
Barasto, Sipka.
And we're going to just let the next one in. You kind of want to move fast once you get the feel of it, so that you can make sure that you see as many cars as possible per day. And we got a hippie wagon. And F1, everything was... we got him. So it was a perfect score. So they're explaining that sometimes you need to unload cargo. I'm going to talk to this guy. I'm going to get his documents. And we're just going to go ahead. And if you unload the cargo, it goes into this area, and it will just be stacked up on tables so you can examine it more closely, open things up, look for the snake tattoo. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just check his document. Close confirm cargo for now. Now, look, he is from the smuggling country, so that's bad. He says he's got 4 radioactive materials and 3 fish barrels. Now, I'm just going to look at some of his other documents and see if everything else is in order. Honestly, his documents are okay. His name is spelled right. They're not expired. This checks out. But the problem is, because he's from the area that the smuggler is from, we have to give him a really, really careful shake. So I'm going to open his car. I'm going to bring out my cargo list. I'm just going to scan what I can. But now you'll notice, I don't think this was available before until they've unloaded it, unlocked it. You see how I have this interaction unpack. Now you can unpack them instantly and then scan them in the cargo area over there, or scan them in the truck and then unpack them, whatever you want. Alright, so... So what you're going to want to do is search it for contraband by using your UV. And look, there's a snake on this one. So for a barrel, I believe we want to use our crowbar to get in. And don't ask about hitting radioactive barrels with a crowbar. But yeah, you need to smack it one more time. Arrest the criminal, indeed. So we're going to go here, and we're going to say you're... He's like, oh, man. I never thought you'd look in my barrel. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put his stuff in. But honestly, before I clear this out... God, look at that. He put it right on top of the nuclear waste. That's unreal. I'm going to just make sure there's no other contraband in the cargo. Looks fine. And then now I'm going to get inside. Usually there's no contraband inside the back of a cargo vehicle because the compartments are used for storage, but you never know. I'm going to check all of his tires. I'm going to check in his car itself. See if he's got anything in here. I'm looking everywhere. I mean, he might not have actually had that much stuff. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to crouch. Just make sure there's nothing behind the seats or under the dashboard. Check on his bumpers. Check all of his fenders. Okay, actually, I don't see anything besides that. So I'm going to tell my guy over here to clear the area. So just use the broom icon, clear the zone, so we can get another car in. And look at this. We missed all of these. So there was contraband in all of those barrels. So I don't know if I just missed where the snake tattoo was, or if I was just supposed to break open the cargo to check it. So pay attention, learn from me. I missed 3 contraband. Okay. Let's check the next vehicle. So you'll see then, once you get the smuggler, the notification goes down. So now we don't have to worry about anybody smuggling anything for the rest of the day. Let's see what else they've got. Open the car. Let me see your stuff. Alright. So, this guy is just not expired. I'm going to use a little bit of my good stuff. His stuff checks out. His stuff checks out. His picture checks out. We need to check in the back. So I'm going to get out the cargo list, and we're going to open this up. And he says he has a toilet and a washer. I'm going to unpack everything, because that is what he's supposed to have. We don't really need to actually inspect. I think he's set, but you can open the toilet, and you can open some of these things to like actually examine them better. Now maybe the barrels I could have just opened them. I'm not sure. Okay. I think this guy is legit. I don't see any issues with him so far. You can, really, really search, but he's not a smuggler. So okay, buddy. Now, you can't let him go yet. You have to have this guy put the cargo back in. So you say, return the cargo, and he'll move it back in and pack up. And then you can go over here and be like, what's up, dude? Inspection finished. Approved. Yep. I hope I'm not wrong. It was good. All right. One more. An enormous car. Truck. Thing. Coming in. I don't like the look of it. Yeah, good day. Open up. Give me your stuff. I hope it's alright too. For your sake. Alright. So, he is telling me that this is his name. That's correct. He is not expired. This is fine. This is actually okay as well. Alright, looking good. When you check your cargo though, buddy. So this is one where you have to unload the stuff to even check it because it's like blocking. Okay. I'm unloading it all just so I can make sure. And you can hold down left mouse and just make sure everything is blinking. Make sure you got it all. Looks good. Let me compare this. 11 cement, correct. 2 banana crates, correct. Oh, he's missing a refrigerator. And he doesn't have chemical agents on this list. He's missing a gas range. This guy's all messed up. Push N. Check cargo list. It's not correct. And you can open up if you want, but he's not smuggling anything. All right. Tell my dude. Pack it up. He'll do the hard work for you. Now, as he's packed up, our job is pretty simple. It's to come over here and crush this guy's dreams. Denied. Your cargo list is off. What a day. I know. But if you want to get into a car stand, you've got to do a better job than that. You should be ashamed. I'm shining my light on you. All right, perfect inspection. Boom. Excellent. So now we just have one more day of training, and we're going to get into that next episode and then actually start our very first day in inspector mode after training as well. I hope you all are finding this series to be useful and fun. We've done a bunch of what the game wants us to do, but increasingly they're going to add layers of complexity, which just make the game more fun and hilarious, in my opinion. I want to say, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I'll check you in the next episode. Take care.